The Commanders.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the NW Sportscast. Today, we're going to be doing our Seahawks preview against the Commanders. Levi, what do you think about this game, which carries huge playoff implications for both teams?
Yeah, Drew, this is going to be a big game. You got the Seahawks, 5 wins. The Commanders are sitting at 4 wins. So this is a game that it feels like a must-win game. I think it is a must-win game. It's a game that we should win. From a talent perspective,
Yes.
we're the more talented team. We have a better coach. Quarterbacks are comparable. But I think we have a better run game, better receivers, better defensive line. They just traded away both of their star defensive linemen, so they really have no business being a better team up front. Obviously, they got rid of Montez Sweat. He had a great game last night with the Bears, and Chase Young now on our division rival 49ers. And then we also have the better secondary. So, from that perspective, we should win this game. It doesn't feel like a game we're going to lose, but crazier things have happened. We did lose to the Commanders a couple of years ago when I think Alex Smith was their quarterback. And obviously one of the worst games in the history of Seahawks football games that I remember was a Sunday afternoon game back in I think 2017. I think it was in 2017 when Blair Walsh missed 3 field goals and the Seahawks lost by 4 points at home against Kirk Cousins led Commanders back when they were called by a different name. So it has happened before. The Commanders are not a team we should take lightly, considering our history with them.
No, yeah, we cannot take this game lightly at all. The Commanders have already proven that they will take teams to the wire. They haven't really gotten those wins lately. Again, against the Eagles, they lost, and last week they did too. But it's a huge win. This is a huge game to win. According to Summer Sports, with a win, the Seahawks have a 75% chance of making the playoffs, and with a loss, 52%. It's a huge swing. It's actually the highest swing in all of the NFL this week is the
Wow.
Seahawks with a win or a loss. So the playoff implications are massive because if the Commanders keep winning and they have the tiebreaker over us, that's obviously bad. And we have a really tough second half of the season, so we cannot take this game lightly at all. This is, I'm not going to call it a must win. I'm going to call it a really need to win because look, there's still a 50% chance we make the playoffs with a loss here, but you really got to pick up games against the Commanders when you still got a couple left against the 49ers, one against the Eagles, one against the Cowboys. The Commanders has got to be a win. When you look at it, we are better in almost every facet of um, you know, of the teams. Like what would you say the Commanders do better than us? I don't know.
I mean, you could argue that the Commanders have a better offensive coordinator, which allows them to have a better offense.
But that's not a
and you could
player.
argue
That's
that and you could argue that Sam Howell is more efficient right now than Geno.
yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, we don't have a great O line, but the Commanders O line is literally on pace to allow 80 sacks this season. That would be a record, I believe.
Yeah, we got to get to the quarterback. Um Leonard Williams and company are going to have to get to the quarterback. Sweat, they all should have a field day theoretically. It'd be nice to see another New York Giant type performance. Um, yeah, the Seahawks really got to figure out a way. I would like to see Jamal Adams maybe a few times getting blitzed, and maybe he gets to the quarterback a couple times. That'd be good to see.
Or even to send Witherspoon. We've seen them send Witherspoon on blitzes before.
Yeah, I mean, just send your best athletes at the quarterback, and usually good things happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a game one from the defense, I think. I really do. This is not going to be a super high scoring game. I have the Seahawks winning this game, but I have it being kind of close. I have 28-24. Kind of a nail biter. I think the Commanders are going to score a late touchdown, and then hopefully the Seahawks should ice it away with a couple of first downs. That's my projection. But listen, I think the Commanders could steal this one if the Seahawks don't really be diligent with this game.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. We have to bring our A game. Obviously, I mean, we should bring our A game to every game, but I think if we bring our A game, it's a comfortable win. I think if we bring our B game, it's a nail biter win. And if we bring out our C game, then we could lose this game.
Yeah.
If we bring our F game, like we did against the Ravens, we can get blown out. So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm really looking for this to be a get right week for Shane Waldron and his offense. And I'm also looking for it to be a get right week for our defensive line. We saw those are supposed to be our strengths, right? Going into the season, you're like, okay, like this is a team with a good offense, a team that can, Geno Smith can throw the ball downfield. We have good receivers, and this is a team who's going to play maybe not perfect defense, but we're going to get to the quarterback and we're going to get turnovers, right? So far this season, we've seen the opposite of that. We've seen the offense mostly run through the running backs. We have not seen it run through Geno. We haven't really seen it run through Shane Waldron. And from a defensive perspective, we're holding opponents to field goals. We're holding them from scoring big points most games, but we're not doing it by getting a bunch of turnovers for the most part. And we're not really been getting to the quarterback. It's just been a lot of stopping the run, making situational plays. But yeah, I want to see some big plays from both sides of the football.
Yes. Quick injury report update. Both Jordan Brooks and DJ Dallas are questionable. Along with that, Anthony Bradford, guard, is out for a second straight game with a knee injury. Colby Parkinson is going to miss another one, and Kenny McIntosh, questionable, but he has a chance to debut on Sunday. Another little interesting piece of news. Seahawks signed Brett Rippey into the practice squad, who just happened to start for the Rams. So that could be some valuable insight.
Yes, it could.
A quarterback that started for the Rams just a week ago. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he brings to the table as far as information. So that's it, right? We got anything else, Levi?
Um, Nothing else for me as far as insight goes. Let's hear it, Drew. What are your three bold predictions for the game?
Oh, yes. Our three bold predictions for the game. Man, do you have your three ready?
I do. I do have my three ready.
All right, you go first.
All right. Bold prediction number one. I think Seahawks are going over 400 yards of offense this week. I think it's going to be a good offensive game.
That's nuts.
I see multiple touchdowns. I think I'm going to say K9 gets one, and I'm going to say DK Metcalf gets one, and I'm going to say maybe I'm feeling a Will Dissly touchdown. Will Dissly hasn't caught a pass in 3 weeks, but I'm for some part of me is thinking, sometimes he just comes out of nowhere and makes a big play. So I see a Will Dissly touchdown catch in the fourth quarter. And that could end up being a big part of this game.
Put that on the bingo card. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So that's my second bold prediction is the Will Dissly touchdown. And my third bold prediction is that we are going to win this game by more than one score. I think it's going to be, I'm going to go with a 10-point game. I'm looking at a final of 27-17. That's my final score prediction. So, Drew, let's hear it. What are your three bold predictions?
My first one, maybe the least outlandish of the three. I think Geno Smith is going to throw his longest completed pass of the year. Okay. Which is not that high right now, actually. It's 37 yards. So then I think it's going to go to DK Metcalf, which leads me into my second point. DK Metcalf is going to have his best game of the year. I see him going triple digits yards and a couple of touchdowns. I think DK Metcalf gets a good a get back game here. And my third bold prediction, which is very bold, and I don't know exactly if this is going to happen. I think Zach Charbonnet will outrush K9 for the first time this year.
Okay. So I'd be down for that. I'd love to see that.
I think Charbonnet might break loose a couple of big runs, and once he does it a couple of times, I think he's going to get quite a few snaps this game. We'll see what happens. I'd love to see Kenny McIntosh also. I'm a big Kenny McIntosh guy. From Georgia, 7th round pick by us, projected to go in like the 4th or 5th round. He just kept falling. I would love to see some McIntosh this Sunday. And then I also already said my prediction, 28-24 Hawks.
All right, so you picked us to lose 3 days ago, but
Yes,
you've
it's
changed your
changed.
mind.
See,
Drew Alba is on the winning side,
I think it's all about Brett Ripien. I really do.
but we're playing the Commanders.
But I think he gives the quarterback room that much more insight. You know what I'm trying to say?
What? No, no, I do not follow, but I'm glad that you've come around
Listen,
no matter
listen.
what reasoning.
I think the reasoning was maybe we had a debate show and I had to take a side.
You're
Either way,
wow.
I do think there's a great chance we could lose this game. I'm on the
All
fence.
right.
I think the
Yeah.
Commanders will have a chance, but when looking at the tape, really considering all the possibilities, I think the Seahawks do come away with this one.
Well, I'm a fan of that prediction.
Call me a liar, call me a hater.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that prediction.
All right, guys, leave a comment down below. What do you think will happen this Sunday? You think the Seahawks will get a win? Also, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, you clearly liked it a little bit. So if you guys could do those 3 things for us, it would mean a lot. Check out Coast to Coast Sports. That's our other channel. We post not just Northwest related content. So if you're more of a fan of like the NFL as a whole, go check out that. We're gonna have a Seahawks post game for you, hopefully right after the game. So if you want to see our instant reactions, it'll probably be just one of us. We might be able to get 2 of us in there. And then after that, Monday we'll have more of an in-depth Seahawks post game, and then we'll do this whole ship again. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is the NW Sportscast. Levi Coover, Drew Alba. Go Hawks.